Good evening, whiskey lovers. I decided to pick up this bottle yesterday. I've been hearing some hype about it lately, about it being a good budget blend. So for 18 bucks, I couldn't go wrong trying it out and maybe helping you all know whether it's something you'd want to try or not, especially you guys that are just getting into Scotch and don't want to spend a lot of money yet. This is Banknote blended Scotch whiskey. Says it is a minimum of 5 years old. This is 43% ABV. And like I said, I paid 18 bucks for it. It's kind of a cool bottle, kind of looks piratey, like an old piece of money. So let's see what this is like. I have absolutely no idea. I haven't tasted it yet. This has been sitting here about 5 minutes, and so I'm totally blind on this one. This is a sweet nose. There's peaches and plums. There's a tiny bit of nutmeg. Loads and loads of fruit, though. There's also some pastry sweetness. A little bit of cinnamon. There's one I'm not grabbing yet. I smell it, don't know what it is yet. There's another fruit note in there that I'm not picking up, but suffice it to say that it's very fruity. There's no peat to this at all. It is definitely going to be on the sweeter side. There's a little bit of spice coming through. We'll see how that balances out on the palate. Okay. The fruit is not as overwhelmingly prominent on the palate as it is on the nose. It's still a very sweet whiskey. However, on the nose, I'm getting a lot more things like caramel, some baking spices that are more prominent. I can definitely get more nutmeg and cinnamon. There might even be a little bit of clove. A lot spicier than I expected given the nose. You still get a little bit of the stone fruit flavors in the palate, but they're not that prominent. And on the palate, this is a very balanced Scotch. I don't know if this will make sense to people, but this, you can sort of, knowing that it's a blend, you can sort of tell. But there's enough character in this that if I didn't know it was a blend, I might have considered that it was possibly one of the cheaper things that's available in a single malt, like maybe the Singleton 12 or a Glenmorangie edition or something that's non-age statement or something like that. So, although this is a blend, it could pass for an inexpensive single malt also, because it's just not been dumbed down to not have any character whatsoever. Let's hit the finish. The finish is full of oak and spice. There's a pepper note that comes out, and that lingers a very long time. And for a $20, $18 blend, this has got a longer finish than I would expect. I have no idea what this is made out of because I haven't looked into it. I don't know how much malt there is in it, whether it's got grain in it, and how much. No idea. I haven't researched it. I bought it yesterday and decided to do a review for you all. So, I don't know what's in it. If you smell it, it reminds me a little bit of monkey shoulder, but it doesn't taste much like monkey shoulder to me. It's definitely more spicy. And for 18 bucks, how can you go wrong? This is an easy drinking, pleasant blend. If you're just getting into Scotch, and especially if you're a bourbon drinker, this might be something for you to try, because on the palate, now the nose is not going to be anything like bourbon, but on the palate, you're going to get some familiar flavors with the spices combined with the sweetness. And for those of you who are scared to death of getting into the peated whiskey, you don't have to worry about all this, because there's no such thing in this one. So my recommendation is that if you are on a budget and want to drink Scotch, or if you're just trying Scotch for the first time and you don't want to spend a lot of money, or if you just want something that you can buy in quantity to have a big group of friends and you're not going to spend a huge amount, you could easily pick up, tax and all, you could pick up 5 bottles of this for $100. And I think it's a pretty good deal in that price range. Don't get me wrong, it's not swinging up in the 50s, but for 20 bucks, I think it's pretty good. Have a good evening, guys.